Thank you for joining us at the first online State of the Service event. I'm very happy to see you all here, and I hope that you and your loved ones have remained healthy despite this challenging year. I talk to you today with a sense of humility for the growing amount of support for our efforts, and with a confession. I was 9 years old when I stepped onto the long staircase leading up into my local town hall. The year is 1992. Boyz II Men, Criss Cross and Mr. Big are dominating the music charts. The Cold War has just officially ended, and the United Nations has heralded a successful Earth Summit in Rio de Janeiro. It is here where the first international climate commitments were made that would eventually lead to the Kyoto Protocol and the Paris Agreement. And it inspired me. I started doing my bit by thinking global but acting local. My weekends would be out in nature, counting birds and doing forestry work, spending my pocket money on a new set of binoculars. It was a passion for nature, stimulated by my mother. But back to that town hall. The local mayor installed me that day as a youth ranger. I still have my youth ranger passport and special pin. I was so proud. Being a ranger, taking part in weekly outdoor activities, it gave me a sense of pride and purpose. And as I grew up, the environmental work stuck with me. I did internships, I joined campaign groups, and I trained as a ship engineer to serve at sea during multiple Antarctica conservation missions. What also stuck with me were the radical environmental changes I was witnessing around me. Degradation of our environment, worsening pollution levels, illegal overfishing, and a rapidly changing climate. The urgency stuck with me. There is a job to be done, to fix our planet and to get it done pronto. My confession to you today is that whilst I have been active in environmental work for many years, I never studied environmental sciences or conservation. I don't even have a background in business, yet today I run a successful and rapidly growing ocean conservation business that is making huge strides for both the planet and people. So it is unlikely that I find myself here speaking to you today, and perhaps it makes it all the more remarkable that as a Sea Ranger service team, we have gained your trust and your enthusiasm for our work to get a job done that the world needs urgently. With a healthy dose of energy and determination, the audacity to come up with a new idea, taking the first steps and staying on course, as a team we have remained undeterred by initial rejections in order to get innovations kick-started, to simply get started. And the demand for our work, it is growing rapidly. Right now, the European Commission is preparing for a €1 trillion investment fund and a multi-billion euro budget to achieve a sustainable transition towards a greener and better future. Next year, the United Nations will launch the Decade on Ecosystem Restoration to herald the largest environmental restoration effort in human history. So our Sea Rangers can, and in greater numbers will, play a central role in ocean conservation. And yes, it is because we have a smart technical model that builds special zero-emission ships, but there is a far bigger cause, and that is that the Sea Ranger model lifts the prospects of young people that need it most. We can talk all we want about building a sustainable future, but it needs to be equitable, raising the living standards of some of the most vulnerable in the process of going green. Ensuring environmental protection creates social economic impact. Conservation, jobs. Creating a world in which we better understand each other and what the Earth needs. The Sea Ranger service has been designed as a model that puts young people at the forefront of this green revolution, and not as an offensive, but on the job, determined, taking responsibility and working as part of society. To those signing up, it offers guidance, training and a chance to start a new career. It ensures that our work towards a prosperous planet equals steps for a more prosperous humanity. In fact, right now, there is a young girl growing up in the slums of Calcutta and a young boy growing up in Cape Town, both with perhaps limited perspective, yet both who deserve a chance to play a role in shaping that future. When in 2026 or 2027, who knows when, we support entrepreneurs in India and South Africa and other places around the world to set up a Sea Ranger service, we need to make sure that we can capture the motivation, the drive and ambition of that young girl and that young boy to make a better future for themselves, and in the process, for the world around them. In a few years, they will be able to join a local Sea Ranger bootcamp and start work as a Sea Ranger. And in that sense, it isn't about being the expert. It isn't about having the right education or the correct social background. Motivation, a willingness to learn and work hard, those are the values that we share. The vision that we share is that now is the time to be entrepreneurial, to bring new innovations, to help restore our planet, and that it is ordinary people that can make such extraordinary things happen. And my previous mention of India and South Africa, actually it is not that unrealistic as it sounds. This past year, we have developed a new franchising program. And from what we know, it may be the first time that a conservation solution is replicated around the world using such a model. If it works to sell coffee, serve burgers and stock furniture, so it can to scale planet-saving solutions. We owe to future generations the opportunity to contribute with purpose. So besides testing and scaling new technical solutions, developing our business case and enticing investors to come on board, we will keep the focus on capturing that untapped potential in young people and allowing anyone to contribute towards a better future. As we bring the Sea Ranger service to the next level, I want to thank you for creating this better future together with us. Without you, we could never succeed. So thank you for joining our mission, and stay well.